Hi, my name is K.Thomas, W1DED. After the CQ-WPX phone contest, I put a short survey on Facebook. I asked operators who had been on D expeditions during the contest to answer a few questions. What I expected to get were from U.S. hams operating in the Caribbean, and I did get that. But I also got a response from Alex, KU1CW, who was operating in Vietnam as 3W9A. To say I was intrigued is an understatement. Alex is with me today from Vietnam. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. He's on a beach there, as you'll see in a minute, and it's 8 o'clock at night here in Maine. Alex, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much, and good evening, good morning from Vietnam, Kevin.
So tell me more about where you are exactly right now.
I'm in Ham Tien / Mui Ne, Vietnam, which is about 250 kilometers northeast from Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City.
So Alex, there's so many questions I have for you. I've been doing my research, and you've got a very rich ham radio background, and I want to get into all that. But I think I want to start from where you are right now. What brought you to Vietnam, and what possessed you to bring antennas and radio equipment with you to Vietnam?
I visited Vietnam, I think, first time somewhere in 2015-ish. Revisited second time. I actually operated in Vietnam in 2019 already, from near Saigon, Cu Chi city, or it's neighborhood of Saigon right now. So I had some experience, and it's a cool location all around. So I decided to repeat it again. And I also had some, I offered help to ham in Vietnam, who is expat from Europe, XV1X, Eddie. He's a blind ham, 1% vision, so I offered my help in building antennas. So first I stopped by at his QTH, that's highlands of Vietnam, probably 350 kilometers from here, and operated WW, SSB and CW from there while building a tower. So I built tower, I built HF antenna, which was tri-band Maxon, and before leaving, I took down the Maxon and put up 8-element 6-meter Yagi. So that's I think if anyone in Europe and US getting new country from Vietnam on 6, I helped out with that. So that was part of the mission here. And then I moved to Ham Tien or Mui Ne afterwards.
And where did you operate the WPX from? From your friend's station or from the location you're at now?
Yeah, it's here. It's not too far from here. It's about probably 1 kilometer from here. But station wasn't there. So when I arrived, it was another guy. And we built first antenna. It was a 2-element cubical quad. He left, and after that I went to Hanoi. To Saigon. I went to Saigon to pick up some antennas from a local ham. I know pretty much every ham in Vietnam, local and expats. So I went to XV2B and picked up Yagis and tried to pick up amplifier. I knew it has a problem. He told me, to begin with. So I picked it up, brought it here, assembled tri-bender 4-element and put it on a short, low mast, like 6 meters, and then assembled another antenna, 4-element motor bender, and put it at about 9 meters up. Set up a delta loop for 40 meters, and that's it. Was ready to go.
So did you bring any radio equipment with you to Vietnam, or did you gather it all together once you were there?
I brought filters, bandpass filters, SO2R box, and some cabling, computer, low desk stuff, so to say, and the rest. I got one radio from Ho Chi Minh City, from XV2A, and I got another radio from here, from local ham XV9G.
Doesn't sound like any of that is easy. A lot of running around, a lot of gathering of parts.
It's not easy. You probably would be able to see picture I sent you. It's a lot of work, and don't forget, it's about 33, 34 Celsius, 95 Fahrenheit, and always hot and humid. So, yeah, it's a lot of water. Riding straight, strange equipment, and so I picked up all of the aluminum and amp in Ho Chi Minh City, loaded it on a bus, and about 3.5 hours I arrived here, and then another hop on a local minivan, and here we are. Yeah, and then it's, of course, took time to assemble it, because can't really work during the day. Sun is very active here, so need to work during morning hours or around sunset. So that took a while too.
Well, that's a huge commitment. And then you're finally on the air for the WPX. I believe you operated in the single operator, all band, low power category, but correct me if I'm wrong. How did that go for you?
It's went okay. Yeah, as I said, I thought about entering high power, but amp, which is KL22 or CQ301, I bet not too many people heard about this guy. I think it's grandpa of TL922. It's about 60-year-old. I tried to replace tubes, but sockets are very loose. So I think this is the first 3500 amp with soldered in tubes. I soldered just two legs, filament legs, a high current, but many things loose, including bent switch. So that didn't work out well. So that's low power entry, and I had only one amp working. So that's actually helped. So the low power from here, it's quite challenging. But SO2R helped. It was a lot of dead time otherwise on single band. Unless you're spotted, then that's a thinking SSB. Once you spot it, then people show up and work you. But otherwise, you see them throwing lonely CQs for a while there.
And I think what I saw on 3830 scores, you put in a pretty full effort. I think you were on for about 33 hours, 4 million points, maybe a couple thousand Qs. And it seemed like a lot of your contacts were on 15 meters.
Yes, that's correct. 15 meters is a money band from Asia. It seems to be endless, not super fast all the time, but 15 meters is a money band.
So we're going to work backwards. I guess the expression is this isn't your first rodeo. You've been in the WRTC at least 2 or 3 times. You clearly have a lot of technical experience, just as you're explaining, building the antennas and fixing the amp. But let's work backwards to you getting your license. When did you first get licensed, Alex?
I got my license in 1981, back in Minsk, Belarus. And I was active as SWL guy probably 5 years prior to that. So I started somewhere in 1976 at the club station of Belarusian Polytechnical Institute, where my first cousin went for institute, and in back in USSR, licensing was allowed, at 16. So I think I got it months after my 16th birthday.
So when did you leave the USSR? You obviously have an American call. Did you move to the US at some point?
Yeah. So my first CQ1CW entry, I looked it up, was in 1979, I guess. So at the age of 14 in CW, it was, of course, very weak CW, but yeah, that's a history. Yeah, 1992, November 16th, 1992. That's when I left. When I arrived in the U.S., New York City, and started my American story. My last call before that was obviously first call was UC2 Alpha Hotel Zulu. Then when it all fell apart, we got the Radio Charlie 2 call signs. I got RC2 Charlie Whiskey, and the last call sign Echo United 1 Charlie Whiskey. So probably you can see some similarity between Echo United 1 Charlie Whiskey and Kilo United 1 Charlie Whiskey. One letter, one country. If it's only would be so easy.
So, Alex, I'm curious what brought you to the U.S. First of all, I'm sure it wasn't just ham radio, but what brought you here. But I've also noticed that you've done a lot of travel. You've actually operated from a lot of different countries. I don't even know what the count was, but it had to be at least 24 that I saw on your QRZ page. So what brought you to the U.S. and what allowed you to do that much travel and operate ham radio along the way?
Well, U.S. probably like many immigrants, American dream. That was the deal. And my cousin was in New York already. November Papa 3 Delta. He's a silent key now, but he was in New York, so I landed there and lived with him for a year or so. Yes, I did operate from many countries. Operated WW from obviously Europe, US, South America, Asia, and Africa and Oceania. So I guess I operated from all continents. By the way, I completed 3 5-band DXCC from different continents: Europe, North America, South America. Almost completed now as we speak from Asia. Probably 15 countries left on 80 meters for Asia, and somewhere 70% probably from Oceania. So I see trip to Africa in my future, to close it up and probably get 5-band DXCC from each continent only one 5-band work all zone from North America, so that's a tougher one.
So clearly you've been contesting for a long time, since your earliest days of having a license, and you've talked about operating the CQ-WW from various places. I want to focus a little bit on your WRTC. I think it had been 2, maybe 3 times, but be more specific. What was your first WRTC?
Yeah, I was at WRTC 3 times, starting with Boston. So Boston, Germany, and Italy. Those 3. I almost qualified for a Russian WRTC in 2010, but I was arriving back from Europe from my cousin, who is Echo Bravo 5 Alpha, and went to station on Friday to operate, and power wasn't there, so I lost qualification just by 100 points. But otherwise, yeah, I qualified for the next one, and in Germany, it's a lot of fun. As I think someone mentioned, the toughest part is to qualify. The WRTC itself, it's a lot of fun. It's people with exactly the same idea and with the same level of understanding of contesting and the radio. So that's like one big family. I enjoyed it very much. So I don't know if I'll qualify for the next one, but probably we'll go as a guest. That's the easiest one. You can go around without, bringing any equipment, chat with everyone, enjoy your stay without any headache. So that's probably would be the plan.
So Alex, how long are you in Vietnam? How long will you be operating there as 3W9A?
I actually, I was planning to leave by now, but plans change. I extended my license for a while. I don't know, quite frankly, how long I will stay here. I would like to visit a few more countries, new for me in Asia, like Nepal, Bhutan, a couple others ones here. So that's probably, and then maybe to get in Echo X-ray, Echo Yankee Land over there in the USSR republics. That's would be, some of them would be new ones for me as well. So that's a plan. Alex,
I got to tell you, you seem to be living the ham radio dream life. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I meet a lot of interesting people, and it's as I said, it's like a family. Whatever country you arrive, once you met, it's instant connection, and it's a lot of interest in common to chat about. So yeah, it helps, by the way, with travels as well. At least you have someone to advise, go for dinner with. And I met quite a few hams here in Vietnam as well. So yeah, I think I'll keep traveling. I'm at 92 countries visited, DXCC I mean, so that DXFC so-called will, thinking about 100, and then probably 100 actual countries, not DXCC after that, It's a small world, but it takes a while to learn things, so I'll keep learning.
Well, Alex, it's amazing, and it's an inspiring story. I'm really cognizant of, first of all, that it's going to get hot there, but also I know we're dealing with kind of a weak internet connection. So while I'll sign off with you, but I really appreciate you taking time from Vietnam to join me and talk about your ham radio experience there with the CQ WPX phone contest.
All right. Thank you very much, Kevin. All the best. And see you from Africa probably in a year or two.
I'll be looking forward to that, and hopefully I'll see you in London for the WRTC 2026. I've been talking to Alex, KU1CW. He's in Vietnam, but you might see him in London in a couple of years. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Bye-bye.